Our next inductee tonight is breathtakingly brilliant and successful. The biography you see in tonight's program is akin to printing just a couple chapters of War and Peace. But Ted Mancini had to get his picture in there, so that's all we can fit. Some extra highlights. He has awards from the governments of Italy and Israel, 2 medals from Queen Elizabeth. He has doctorates from Gannon University and Niagara University, and has won 2 prestigious communications awards just over the last 12 months. For a few years now, Father Thomas Rosica has also served as the English-speaking spokesperson for the Pope. 400 million people in this world speak English, and Aquinas grad handles the Pope's communications to them. It is an honor tonight to hear him speak. Please welcome to the podium, class of 1977, Father Thomas Rosica.
There's a line in our alma mater which came to me yesterday as I was driving here from Toronto. In retrospection, we see thy intention. And since I was stuck on the bridge for an hour and a half yesterday, the bridge coming from Canada, I had that going through my mind and thinking about today. Actually, it's quite a providential day because I began early this morning with Dr. Rooney and his wife at the other pillar of my life, St. John Fisher College. I had the privilege of celebrating Mass there and recalling with the wonderful new president of the university and his wife the Fisher memories. And then this afternoon at St. Anne's home with my mother, recalling the Aquinas memories. Of course, as her memory fades, I said, Mom, I'm going to an Aquinas event tonight. And she said, make sure you say hello to Larry Ancini. All she remembers now is Larry Ancini, so Larry left a deep and lasting impression on her and on me, and this evening with you. What did Aquinas give me, and what does it give us? What does an authentic education consist of? I think there's 3 things: roots, wings, and dreaming. Roots because it anchors us in history. Wings because it sets us free and doesn't try to hold on to us. And the ability to dream, to think big. I had a very strange sensation last September where the memories of Aquinas came flooding into me in the strangest of places. I didn't expect it to happen. It was in the United States Congress, as I accompanied the Pope on that historic visit. Some of you, I'm sure, saw it. And as we stood there and watched Francis razzle-dazzle the American government, he's the only person that's ever held them together in a long time. And he started naming at the end of the talk the 4 heroes of American culture. And I don't know why, but the memories of Aquinas came flooding back to me as we saw the Argentine Jesuit Pope name the 4 people who have left a deep and lasting impression on our country: Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Dorothy Day, and Thomas Merton. And why did I think of Aquinas? Because I entered Aquinas in 1973. It was one of the bleakest moments of its history. The publicity posters about that, if you remember, was a black poster with the building lit up at night, and it says, God is not dead, nor is Aquinas. The future of it was very, very uncertain. 1973 to 1977 were the years I was there. So we entered under that, and of course in the middle of that we had the bicentenary of the United States. And so there was a huge emphasis on studying about Abraham Lincoln. And in 1976, the religion teachers took us to a downtown church, a service project, to meet Dorothy Day and Cesar Chavez. There was a huge rally. That was my introduction to social justice. And Thomas Merton, in grade 12, was the spirituality we read in a religion class about the 7-story mountain. I remember thinking, as I watched the Pope a few feet away, thinking, I know this story. I learned those things at Aquinas from the Basilian Fathers and some wonderful lay teachers that I had. And those memories came flooding back. Roots, wings, and the ability to dream. What I'm doing now, I never set out to do. I wanted to teach high school French and English. Father Soretto's reminded me up until the time of his death, remember where you came from. Listen, who can dispute something with Father Soretto? I said, Michael, I've never forgotten it. And every time Michael would see me on television for something, he would write back to me and say, remember Dewey Avenue? And I would tell him, Michael, I remember Dewey Avenue. Because it was on Dewey Avenue, and then later on East Avenue, that I got the gift of roots, I got wings, and I had the ability to dream. And I think that's when a school is successful, and when schools and universities are successful, when they give us those gifts. I'm grateful to my two sisters, Carolyn and Maria, who are here tonight, to Mom at St. Anne's, who wants to get a full report on this tomorrow, and also to all of you. This is a great privilege to represent you, and I guarantee I've never, ever forgotten Aquinas. There's also a bridge that we should never forget, and it's the bridge that goes between Aquinas and St. John Fisher College. Though both places don't have the pleasure, the privilege of having many bazillions, or perhaps no bazillions at all, the spirit of those bazillions continues to hover mightily in those places. And I'm very confident, especially being on the board now of St. John Fisher College these past years, that it's in very, very good hands. And if anything, the bridge has been solidified now more than it's ever been before. And I'm grateful to Jerry and his wife for doing that. So thank you for the honor you've given me, and just remember, I don't forget you. And when you watch Pope Francis on TV, pray for him. The only regret I have for Pope Francis is he's not a bazillion. So McQuaid won with this one, but I am working for a Jesuit Pope. Thank you.